Good to go?
Yeah.
All right. We'll go ahead and call the meeting in order. Yeah, everybody quiet down their phones. I'm not going through all the rigmarole since it's really just you here, Aaron. Yes. And I'm actually going to even dispense with the whole good evening and all of that, but I am going to read. So Aaron, you don't know this, but every meeting I do a little history snippet about Westminster, and I picked this one because I knew you were going to be here. Now I had written these out like 6 months in advance. So, but it just turned out that this one was supposed to be the meeting before, but I knew you were coming, so I waited. So, one interesting fact about Westminster, founded in 1867, Western Maryland College, now McDaniel College, was one of the first coeducational colleges south of the Mason-Dixon line. It was progressive for its time, admitting both women and men from its inception, and later became known for its strong liberal arts education. The college changed its name to McDaniel in 2002, but its roots in Westminster remain a proud part of Westminster's educational legacy, as well as being a key part to the city in making the community a great place to live, work, and play. So now moving on, the City Council typically convenes on the second and fourth Monday of each month. Please note that these meetings are open to the public here at City Hall and are streamed live on the city's YouTube page, as well as the Community Media Center channel and website. We extend our gratitude to the Media Center for their partnership in ensuring that the public has access to these meetings. Now, we will begin, as we do every meeting, with the Pledge of Allegiance and followed by a moment of silence. Pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America, to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Thank you very much. I'll try to lengthen it out. Thank you for that guidance. Copies of tonight's agenda and the entire information packet that the council will be using are available online at the city's website. Hard copies of the agenda are also available here in the front of the room for you, Aaron. It's actually for those in attendance, but okay, I have two closed meeting statements I need to make. Statement for the record. Closed meeting of Monday, October 13th, 2025, in accordance with the general provisions of Article Section 3-306 C2, the annotated Code of Maryland, and without objection, it is noted that the minutes of tonight's meeting reflect that the Common Council met in a closed meeting on Monday, October 13th, 2025 at 8:02 p.m. pursuant to the general provisions of Article 3-305 B1 to discuss the employment, assignment, promotion, discipline, demotion, compensation, removal, resignation, or performance evaluation of appointees, employees, or officials over whom this body has jurisdiction, and other personnel matters that affect one or more specific individuals. The Common Council took no action during the meeting. The closed meeting adjourned at 9:50 p.m. The second statement is, for the record, is we held a closed meeting on Monday, October 20th, 2025, in accordance with the general provisions, Article Section 3-306 C2, the annotated Code of Maryland, and without objection, it is noted that the minutes of tonight's meeting reflect that Common Council met in a closed meeting on Monday, October 20th, 2025, at 3:02 p.m. pursuant to the general provision Article Sections 305 B1 to discuss the appointment, employment, assignment, promotion, discipline, demotion, compensation, removal, resignation, or performance evaluation of appointees, employees, or officials over whom this public body has jurisdiction, and other personnel matters that affect one or more specific individuals. The Common Council took official action at the meeting. The closed meeting adjourned at 5:41 p.m. So it is noted. We will now introduce our special guests. We have a guest from McDaniel. It has been the tradition for a number of years now that under the leadership of President Jaskin, McDaniel has sent a representative to our council meetings during the school year to foster a close and meaningful relationship with the city. This evening, we welcome Erin Benevento, Chief of Staff. Erin, the floor is yours.
Thank you, everyone.
For the couple of people who do not know me already, I'm Erin Benevento. I'm Julia Jaskin's Chief of Staff at McDaniel. So grateful for another opportunity to be here and share a couple of updates. I tried to pick ones that maybe you did not know about already. This is a pretty looped in group. But we had a very successful homecoming weekend. I know I saw a couple of you there. But what matters to the community right now is that we dedicated our brand new track around the stadium, which is now open to the community again, as long as our teams are not actively using it. So I know that was a tough couple of months when we were going through the renovations, but we are back in action now, which is great. A couple of save the dates to keep on the radar. Parent and Family Weekend, which is a great opportunity for anyone connected to anyone who goes to McDaniel to come back into town, is going to be November 14th through the 16th. And we are in the usual talks. There's always a football game. And so we have programming for them on campus, but also always encourage them to come downtown into Westminster at our welcome reception. We've got both Melissa Thorne from the Downtown Business Association and Tiambe Page from Cultivated invited to provide some remarks on behalf of their connection to the community. So we're excited for that. And then tomorrow, this is sneak peek news. We are announcing some new legacy scholarships. So I think everyone here is very familiar with two of our very classic ones, Educator Legacy for families in education, and then Military Legacy. We are adding new legacy scholarships for first responders, health professionals, and government employees. So that would be the children or dependents of those groups. So first responders, healthcare professionals, and government employees. So that
Covers everybody in this room, probably, where.
so those official press releases will be in your inbox tomorrow, but I got approval to bring it tonight to give everyone the sneak peek. So it's going to begin with students applying in fall 26. So we obviously need some time to share that it's happening, but students who would be starting in fall 26. And then value is up to 132,000 over 4 years. So it's a chunk each year to help with the cost of everything. So
Big.
very exciting stuff. Stay tuned for all the details in your inboxes tomorrow.
It's big news. Thank you very much.
That's it for us. Thank you.
And we really appreciate you coming.
My
And make sure you
pleasure.
let Julie know how much we really do appreciate you guys always sending somebody to this
Sounds
meeting. It's nice to get, you're the top person that comes to the meeting, so it's nice to have you here.
I'm not true, but
So we'll now move on to considering the approval of previous meeting minutes. We have minutes from 5 meetings of the meeting of the mayor and council. We have mayor and council meeting minutes from October 13th, 2025, mayor and common council closed meeting minutes of October 13th, 2025, special mayor and council meeting minutes of October 20th, 25, mayor and common council closed meeting minutes of October 20th, 2025, and the mayor and common council work session meeting minutes of October 20th, 2025. Boy, October 20th was a busy day. Is there a motion to approve the minutes?
Mr. President, I'll make a motion to.
Mr. Huff, thank you very much. Mr. Dayhoff, was that a second?
Or Ann.
Oh, was it Ann? I'm sorry.
No, you can go with,
Mr. Dale.
Thank you, Mr. Dayhoff. I appreciate it. Is there any discussion regarding this motion? Hearing none, all those in favor, please signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? The ayes have it, and the minutes are approved. We'll now move on to consent calendar. We have 3 items on the consent calendar this evening. Is there a motion to approve the consent calendar?
motion to approve the consent calendar.
Thank you, Ms. Gilbert. We have a second.
And I'll second that.
Mr. Dayhoff with the second. All those in favor of approving the consent calendar, please signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? The ayes have it, and the consent calendar is approved. Now we'll move to the report from the mayor. Madam Mayor.
Right, thank you, Mr. President. I have a few highlights to make for some comments, but first, I would like to make a couple statements. On behalf of the mayor and common council, we are pleased to formally announce the appointment of Christian Price as the new chief of police for the city of Westminster. I'm sorry, chief, there's not a larger crowd here to
Very excited for you.
Chief Price brings with him over 30 years of distinguished law enforcement experience encompassing a wide range of leadership, operational, and community-based policing roles. Over the course of his career, he has demonstrated a deep commitment to public safety, organizational integrity, and the development of effective partnerships between law enforcement and the community. For the past 2.5 years, Chief Price has served as Deputy Chief of Police for the Westminster Police Department, where he has played a key role in advancing departmental initiatives, strengthening community outreach programs, and supporting the professional growth of officers and staff alike. His proven leadership, professionalism, and dedication to the Westminster community make him an exceptionally well-suited to lead the department into its next chapter. The mayor and common council extend their full confidence and support to Chief Price as he assumes this important role, and we look forward to his continued leadership and collaboration as we work together to ensure the safety, trust, and well-being of all Westminster residents. So welcome, Chief.
Thank you, Mayor, and members of the Common Council. I'm truly honored and humbled by the opportunity to serve as the Chief of Police for the city of Westminster. I just look forward to building upon the strong foundation that's already been laid. So thank you again for your trust and confidence.
Thank you. You might notice that sitting next to Chief Price is Tom Ledwell, who is returned as our Deputy City Administrator, but I'll let you lead your part of the meeting there when we get to the end. So thank you for stepping into that role. So just a couple comments. October 11th through October 13th, I attended the fall leadership meeting at the Maryland Municipal League at WISP at Deep Creek. It was a weekend full of leadership training, municipal government information, but also included time to have fun, including riding a mountain coaster and socializing with other municipal government staff and elected officials. Together with Rockville Mayor Monique Ashton, I led a conference session on sister cities, where Mayor Ashton and I talked about our city's relationship with our sister cities, the origin of the relationships, and answered questions from the audience. The session was well attended with about 45 individuals. The rest of that week was incredibly busy, including providing comments at Care Healing Center's vigil for survivors of sexual assault and human trafficking at Belgrove Square on Thursday, October 16th. I was honored to light luminaries along the paths together with investigator Jeffrey Schuster, formerly of the Westminster Police Department. He is currently with the State's Attorney's Office, and then was off to Covalent to catch the last 2 ghost stories of the Historical Society's Shaken and Stirred event. Wednesday, October 22nd, I provided a proclamation for the Carroll County Women's Conference when they held their final event of the, or their final meeting of the event in the restored Shellman House of the Historical Society of Carroll County. There was a wonderful behind-the-scenes tour and a look at the restored Mary Shellman bedroom, and also the room where she operated the very first telephone in the area. The restoration of the historic property is coming along wonderfully, an amazing addition to Main Street, Westminster. And finally, I just want to remind everyone that trick-or-treating in Westminster is this Friday, October 31st from 6 p.m. to 8 p.m. So please be on the lookout for a lot of children and teens on the sidewalks and streets that evening. It doesn't appear it'll be the balmy temperatures we had last year. If you remember, I think it was like 80 or 85 degrees for Halloween. I think this year is going to be windy and cold, so bundle up when you head out Friday. And those are my comments.
Thank you, Madam Mayor. We'll now move on to reports from committees. And of course, Madam Mayor, you are back up at Arts Council.
Nothing to report.
Thank you very much. Economic and Community Development Committee, Mr. Huff.
I have nothing to report tonight, sir.
Thank you, sir. Finance Committee, Mr. Pecoraro.
Thank you, Mr. President. The Finance Committee did meet since our last regular meeting, where we continue to discuss, the rates we will be proposing for using the clubhouse, former clubhouse at the Wakefield Valley. We look forward to sharing that information with all of you. We plan to bring it to the council pretty soon.
Thank you, Mr. Pecoraro. I'm sure that's taking a little bit of work. Personnel Committee, Ms. Gilbert.
I have nothing to report.
Public safety, I do have a report on Monday, October 20th. Westminster police officers made an outstanding arrest following a significant retail theft incident at Dick's Sporting Goods. Around 10:50 a.m., officers received a report of two females inside the store loading a cart with a large quantity of merchandise. An officer who was nearby responded quickly and observed a gray Acura running and unoccupied in the parking lot. Moments later, the two suspects came running from the store with the loaded cart. The officer was able to stop and arrest both individuals without incident. The suspects had attempted to steal more than $3,000 worth of merchandise and are believed to be involved in several similar thefts in other jurisdictions. So once again, that's the police department making arrests that other jurisdictions have failed to do. So nice work. We'll move on to Public Works Committee, Mr. Pecoraro.
Nothing to add, this evening, Mr. President.
Thank you very much. Rec and Parks, Ms. Gilbert.
Yes, our recent Kids Spooky Saturday event was a great success. Over 167 runners participated in our spooky sprint. Additionally, we welcomed approximately 750 children. I would say that it's probably a little more than that, as I was there to feed the spider game and assist children in catapulting bugs into spider webs. But all the families and the afternoon was full of fun, great safe Halloween activities, and they all had smiles and happiness all over them. So it was a great event. So that's my report.
Thank you, Ms. Gilbert. Technology Committee, Mr. Dayhoff.
No report this evening, sir.
Thank you very much. Intergovernmental Committee, Mr. Huff.
Mr. President, just a friendly reminder for everybody, remember we have our annual delegation legislative dinner on November the 13th. You all should already have that on your calendar, but just wanted to give you a friendly reminder.
Thank you very much. We'll move on to council comments and discussion. Mr. Pecoraro.
I have nothing tonight, Mr. President.
Thank you very much, Mr. Dayhoff.
No report, sir.
Thank you, Ms. Gilbert.
No, I don't have anything additional other than to say congratulations to our Lutheran Village. I attended the 45th anniversary along with you, Councilman Kavachi. And it was a wonderful event. They did just a great job looking over 45 years and had a terrific reception afterwards.
Great. Thank you, Ms. Gilbert. Mr. Huff.
Nothing to report tonight.
Thank you very much. Now we'll move on to, we have no bids, no ordinances and resolutions, and we have no unfinished business. Is there any unfinished business that I'm not aware of? Thank you very much. New business. We have one item of new business, and that is I want to announce that there will be no council meeting December 22nd. So no council meeting December 22nd.
I commend that executive decision, Mr. President.
Thank you. Is there any other new business that I'm not aware of? Hearing none, we will move on to departmental reports, and with that, it will be Mr. Ledwell.
Thank you, President Kavachi. First, I want to say I'm happy to be back in this new role as Deputy City Administrator. I'm looking forward to continuing to work with Mayor and Council for Ms. Imholz and with my colleagues. I'm very excited about it. So
Are we?
I'll start off with a brief report from Public Works. During the last 2 weeks, they set up, executed, and cleaned up after the oyster stroll. They widened and graded the park entrance for paving project at the Wakefield Valley Park. They started the fence replacement at Greenbrier Close. They worked on preparation for Spooky Saturday event. They removed a fallen tree from Meadow Branch Road. They installed the new entrance gate and lock at Ben Ray property. They attended tree care seminar at Gandil College. And they performed the punch list walkthrough at the Wakefield Pavilion. And with that, I will turn it over to IT Director Moore.
Mr. Ledwell, I have no report tonight. Any questions on available?
Thank you, Director Moore. I'll turn it over to Ms. Gerhart from Planning.
I'm sorry, I do have a report. So on October 14th, our department, along with Public Works and the Bartlett Tree experts, we hosted a 30th annual community forestry workshop at McDaniel. We had 85 people who came and supported the event. We've heard absolutely wonderful feedback from everybody. They can't wait for us to do it again next year. So I feel like that ended up being really positive. On October 21st, the Planning Commission met to discuss the following items. So we gave conditional approval was granted for a preliminary subdivision M24007 for Meadow Branch Industrial Park 5. This request was to subdivide 15.75 acres into 3 lots at the intersection of Meadow Branch Road, Meadow Creek Drive, and Buckshot Road. Conditional approval was also granted for the Meadow Creek Self-Storage Facility. This request was for 66,490 square foot self-storage facility. It's located north of the Meadow Creek Drive and Crider's Church Road intersections. And lastly, the Planning Commission continued the public hearing for the Wakefield Valley Development Plan Amendment, DP 2401, Parcel W, which was 38.29 acres, and Parcel X, which is 16.06 acres. The amendment proposed to add 35 new density rights to Parcel W, to construct 35 detached dwelling units, and then to dedicate Parcel X to Carroll Lutheran Village for open space. The Planning Commission decided to send a favorable recommendation to the Mayor and Common Council with various conditions. And the written recommendation will be coming back to Planning Commission to discuss and to evaluate at our next meeting in November. But I'm here if you have any questions.
President,
Yes, Mr. Ferrero.
I have a question, although I don't expect an answer tonight. We continue to hear about more development out at the industrial park, which is terrific. We're pleased to have all that happening. Been a while since we got an update on the plans to update, the traffic pattern through there and the improvements to those intersections. Maybe you could ask Mr. Depot to put something together on that, because I'm curious, as we see more development out there, is anything happening to fix those concerns that we've had for many, many years out there?
Sure. There has been some, and not that it's going to help necessarily with that, but as far as with the that subdivision that we were talking about, it does clean up a lot of problems that we've had as far as who owns what from county versus city properties. So even though it doesn't help, I know with the question that you're asking, the stuff that is happening now is helping in their own way to probably to create a lot of ease, like to ease the situation out there. So.
Little bits are good, but.
Exactly. Yeah.
About that.
Thank you, Mr. Pecoraro.
Thank you, Mr. President.
Sure. Anyone else?
Mr. President,
Go ahead, Mr. Dayhoff.
I want to echo Mr. Pecoraro's remarks. There was recently, a year or two ago, an escalated state highway investigation into that area, and I never heard anything more about it. We've been working on those problems for 25 years. So I guess maybe it might be fun to have some resolutions. Copy. Traffic backs up all the way past Sullivan Road at rush hour in the to go northbound on 77. So I guess that might be an indication that there's something that we ought to look into. Thank you, Mr. President.
We'll follow up and we'll have a report at the upcoming.
I would look forward to that. I would be curious to see what they did with that report. Since we had the discussions that we had with SHA over the Royal Farms addition to that development. So those discussions were interesting.
Great. Thank you, Mr. Dayhoff.
Thank you, Mr. President.
Okay, go ahead, Chief.
Moving on to our.
Sorry, Mr. Ledwell. I knew I was gonna do that.
Great, kick you next time.
I'm still doing it.
Sorry, Chief.
Yeah. Moving on to our housing director, Director Brown.
Thank you, Mr. Lowe. It's hard saying that. I have nothing to update on tonight.
Thank you, Director Brown. And we don't have our finance director, our HR director, or our rec and parks director with us tonight, but there'll be no reports for those three departments. So we'll turn for our final report to the police department. Chief Price.
We're just pleased to announce that our newest Westminster Police Department officer, Justin Dean, has successfully completed his FTO period and is now out there on solo patrol.
Good.
So we were impressed with his hard work and dedication during the training period, and we look forward to his future contributions. So that's all I have. Thank you.
Any questions for the chief? Thank you, chief. That will conclude our departmental reports.
Thank you, Mr. Ledwell. Now we'll move on to citizens' comments. We don't, I mean, Aaron, you're not gonna make a citizen comment because you're here on behalf of, you have a citizen's
I do
comment?
not have any.
Okay, and I'm not gonna read all the stuff, but for those not attending this public meeting, we welcome your comments via email at comments@westminstermd.gov. All email comments will be shared with the mayor and council. Please include your address and phone number with your comments. Okay, that concludes our agenda and the meeting. Our next regularly scheduled meeting will be on Monday, November 10th. And without objection, we are adjourned.